Finally, guys, we have for you the price pulse check, checking the prices of retro slash not so retro video games, depending on what we look at each week. This week we have two. We have, of course, as we started doing this, we pick a common game, like a pretty common game, or maybe slightly uncommon game, or we also pick a rare game or a uncommon game. Where do you want to start, Wes? Should we start with the common or the rare?
You know what? Do the rare. You could start with the rare since that was your pick.
It was my turn to pick the rare one this week. We are alternating these, so I wanted to pick something kind of obscure that people don't talk about a lot. I need to give a little bit of love to Xbox because I feel like they are constantly overlooked in the retro community for the most part. Futurama on the original Xbox is one of the more expensive games, one of the hardest to find games on the original Xbox. So let's take a look at the pricing for that. Complete in box, $227. That's as of August 2023. We are only a couple days into August, so that's a pretty recent sale that you see on there. $227 complete in box. The peak for this Futurama game is $229. That was back in June of 2022. So, about a year difference, and you see that it has gone down $2. So pretty close to its peak still. Obviously, this is a uncommon to rare game.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Futurama? Really?
This show is still kind of popular, and I do remember seeing this in the store. I remember when it came in, and I was like, Futurama is personally not my bag. Like, I don't watch that show. So when the game came in, I was just like, I'll pass.
Exactly. It's like, But to see a complete in box for $227?
Yep.
What?
Yeah, that's obviously opened. But if you guys want to get a sealed one, the $9.89 in April of 2023, that is the new peak. I'm sorry, that was the old peak. That was the original peak. $9.89, that's still the peak today. My apologies for screwing that up. August of 2023, $9.22. So it has dropped a little bit, but you're not seeing a huge drop there. We're not comparing these. We don't see the picture, so maybe this one was in a little less condition than the other one, but not a lot of time has changed between April and August. So, what is that, about a $50 difference, Wes? Right around there?
Yeah, pretty much. Give or take a couple dollars.
So you're looking at almost a G. That's a lot of money for a game. $1,000.
You're approaching like Snatcher and Panzer Dragoon Saga territory.
You really are, which is nuts to think about.
Futurama, like it's blowing my mind.
I don't know. It's there. I think there was another game like that too that was kind of based on a TV show that was not nearly as expensive as this, but still kind of rare. I don't remember what it was. Maybe it was like Family Guy or something. But I think that one was pretty up there too. I don't remember. But yeah, I think that's an interesting one to look at. So there you guys go. Not huge dips on this one. It's kind of stayed pretty steady. And this is what you should expect when you're looking at prices. When you find an actually rare or an actually pretty uncommon game, the prices are going to tend to hold much better than something that's common that shot up during the pandemic or shot up for some other reason, right? Which is going into our next one, Bart Simpson's Nightmare, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah, The Simpsons, Bart's Nightmare. Yeah, because I figured that was my pick. Because I figured we keep with the Matt Groening theme. Since you picked Futurama, I'll pick a Simpsons game. And Bart's Nightmare it's pretty common.
It's pretty common. It's pretty crappy. And just so you guys know, we're talking about the Super Nintendo one, not the Genesis version.
Correct. And it was hard as heck. I had never finished it. The game was super hard.
Yeah,
but
it was not good. Also,
you know what? It was a Simpsons game, and I love the Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
Love the Simpsons. To this day, I still love the Simpsons. So it was. I'll find some pleasure in it, even though it's torture. I will. But with the Simpsons, Bart's Nightmare for Super Nintendo, a complete in box as of August 2023 is $97, $98.
That's not too high. That's not too high.
It's not crazy.
Not for
it's
Super
about
Nintendo
100. Right. But because Super Nintendo's games generally are, can be pricey.
Yeah.
But it peaked. A complete in box peaked in March of 2022 at $154.
It's an interesting
So
time. This is like right before the prices started coming down, right? Around that time last year, we started talking about that. The prices are coming
mhm.
down. The prices are coming down. This is like the tail end of the pandemic pricing wearing off. So you can
Yep.
see it perfectly. If you guys go back and you start looking at a lot of pricing, you're going to see 2021, 2022. Those are almost always the peaks for games now. Not all the time, but quite often.
Yeah, it's. I mean, that's a $50 drop. It's within a year's time.
It's a third of its price. It dropped. It lost a third of its price in 1 year.
Well,
That's significant.
we said in a couple of our other videos when we talked about pricing that we expected a decline in pricing, and the prices are going to start to slowly creep down, and we're seeing it. We're
Hmm.
seeing it now. But if you want to go for a complete in box, the as of August 2023, you're
Sealed.
looking
I'm
at
sorry. You said
sealed,
complete sealed.
sealed. I'm sorry, sealed. Thank you. $313 for a sealed copy of Bart's Nightmare for
Hmm.
Super Nintendo. But the peak, it peaked all the way back in October of 2012.
Which is kind of
And,
surprising.
right, and that was $500. See, I thought it would peak like 2020, 2021.
I thought so too, and there's a couple things that fall into play here. I think condition, right? I think there may not be a ton of these. I don't know for sure. I don't know what the population report would be on something like this, but I'm assuming that there's not a bunch of these sealed still, so they're not coming up that often. In
Mhm.
2012, Simpsons might have been way more popular at that time. I imagine they were than today. That was 11 years ago, guys. So I'm guessing the Simpsons were probably more popular at that point in time. Maybe something came out that really
Mhm.
made people think that it was going to be worth more money. I forget when the Simpsons movie came out, but perhaps it was around that time.
I was gonna suggest that. Yep.
I don't know when it came out. You guys have to go back and look. It was. This was also an important note in October. Halloween's in October. Bart's Nightmare. You guys follow me? Spooky season. That could also
Okay.
be a determination. If you guys look at horror games, October's a popular month for prices to go up.
Yeah, man. But there you have it. A common and a not so common, game for the pulse check. But it's just interesting. Our predictions are coming true, man. Prices are slowly creeping down.
Yeah, which means Wes and I are going to spend more money probably.
Come down a little bit more, man. I'll need to spend more money, but I can't help it.
You still got a 3DS to collect for, sir.
I do. I do.
I hope I never get one. I'm not going to start all that. But yeah, so there's a look at the prices, guys. That pretty much wraps up everything we're going to talk about today. We do hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys like what you saw, please again consider giving us a 5-star review over on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Those things really, really help us out, and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Just a few moments of your time. If you do want to support us financially, that would be fantastic. Just a few dollars a month. You can give us up to $1, as little as $1 a month, and you can support us and get exclusive content over on Patreon. Patreon.com/nerdenthusiasts is where you guys can support us over there. Make sure you guys follow the company at Nerdenthusiast on all the socials. And that's pretty much it for Wes and I. Wes, where can people find you at?
You can catch me on Instagram at Grendel5XBX, and you can also find me at Level Up Entertainment in Hamilton Mall at the Jersey Shore if you're ever in the Atlantic City area.
Here you go. You guys can follow me on Twitter. It's at from NJ2CA. The 2 is a number 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day. Take care.
Have a good one, guys.